Hello, 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 hello. So today we will be contents for the Farfetched and for the Mount Lanakila today. I kinda also the Mount Lanakila hunt is a hunt that has been going on for quite some time, on and off there, as per usual. Going for whatever I want to at the time. We're almost at odds there as well, which is certainly interesting. Almost indeed, only like a little over 1,000 to go. Soon going to be getting there. uh, uh, you do be indeed be getting some encounters done in there. Maybe be able to get something. As I have said plenty of times, I don't know if I will be continuing hunting there if I find something. Just because I don't really know what I would be going for there. Don't have anything in mind that I would like to go for per se. But yeah, I did also change the time on Switch so we can indeed seeing the encounters nighttime because I kind of want you. But yeah, thankfully since yesterday did end up so nicely, we are straight away getting into a one that we would like to go for. Just trying to get a encounter in the Mount Lanakila, which is always gonna be taking some time to do. And I guess that's the target. I don't really have a target in there, like I'm fine with anything. Guess I just put that as the target there. Because honestly, I'm completely fine with anything that be coming from there. And if I'll be getting another Alolan Sunshrew, it wouldn't be too bad. Too bad at all. The usual problem that I actually do be having a bunch of times in the Modlon Aquila hunt is that just sometimes the encounters are like incredibly fast and sometimes they're very slow. You know, trying to get the best out of there as possible is sometimes hard. Yep, we shall see. Indeed, these two are like, a little bit harder to keep at the same time to be checking them because it's gonna be taking a slightly different time to like run away from both of the games. Of course, I need to be waiting for whatever is going to be spawning in Shield, which is actually Sword, but still. One of the two. It's gonna be a little bit interesting, but I have done this before, so it shouldn't be like that bad. And I mean, I have been getting unlucky and I have been like going over... I've been going over like 10 seconds without getting an encounter on the Mount Lanakila before. But yeah, I also did last night continue the hunt in hard gold. It was okay, it went quite fine. It gets 500 encounters done there nicely indeed. It's pretty nice to do that. There's a little bit more restrictions to doing that hunt, unfortunately. This is only available at night, the target that I'm looking for, so there's no reason to hunt in the daytime. Since I do be the kind of person that doesn't usually like to be switching the clock too much. So I'm not gonna be doing that. Well, there's a bunch of punching bags today. But yeah, hopefully everyone everyone is having a good day today. I'm having an okayish day myself. Nothing too bad going on today. Don't know how long of a stream I will be doing today, because for some reason I'm feeling like I'm not gonna be... I'm feeling like I might not be going for too long, but I mean... said that before and I still have done a decently long stream after that. But we shall see. We shall see indeed. Get more Farfetched. Check it out. I haven't seen too many Sneasels, even though they are not supposed to be like too rare, so that do be quite interesting. Why I haven't been able to see them too much? It's like they shouldn't be that rare at the end of the day. Let's... I guess? Doesn't really matter to who I will be switching to, honestly. Slowly but surely I'll hit level 100 with the Pokemons. I mean, yeah, but it's also gonna be taking quite some time to do, so... Considering that I don't shoot for every Pokemon and these are like incredibly low on levels, so they're not gonna be giving me like any EXP at all. Why there's that big lag spike there? Certainly was for some reason. Well, sometimes they do be just happening and there is nothing that you can do really about it. What do you... Even though I don't necessarily need to have a day off on the weekend, I still might be having a day off. It really depends on, of course, how I'm feeling. But shall see. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Go. Even though it's gonna be a little bit more annoying now because I need to be waiting until the next one spawns in, but Should have checked them, so could have been getting away from that, but it's okay. It's thankfully not that much time that is gonna be lost from that at all. Also, hopefully everything goes well today, because there is supposed to be a thunderstorm that it's gonna be hitting us today in like a little over an hour. So hopefully everything goes well with that. I would like to assume that nothing bad will happen, but you never know. If getting unlucky, of course. The good thing is that we are most likely not gonna be losing like anything, because like our like power comes through the ground instead of like through the air pretty much. So at least that shouldn't be happening. And also maybe the thunder will struck the house, but I mean it's probably gonna be just for a moment. That's gonna be an issue anyways. And nothing bad should be happening to anything really, because there is protection in like the house itself, and there is like protection also like in the computers. So many protections, so most likely nothing bad will happen. For that at least. You know, you never know. Never know indeed. And it could be again the thing that it's not gonna be even hitting us too much, just because the place that we are in. But yeah, there is supposed to be all over the country. There should be all the, or there is like the warning about thunderstorms. That is like how bad it is today. And probably for what I will be experimenting from that, maybe some rain and hearing the thunder. That's probably what ends up going on indeed. Yeah, I think that today's goal, and like I at least would like to hit 4,500 in the Farfetch'd hunt. Be very nice indeed. But of course, remains to be seen. But I mean, at least that would be the goal. Because I mean, like the usual, like the 500 is like the usual that I try to go for. I think in this hunt, so like that is quite easy to hitch, or should be, but you never know. Never know indeed. There we go. Thankfully run away from those two. I think that's the first female Sneasel that we have actually seen today, so I've seen like every unique Pokemon from there. The other ones, they don't have a gender difference. so that's cool. Yeah, what? Shh. Um, yeah, as I said, honestly, I don't really care like which one from Mount Lanakila I would be getting. I'm gonna be perfectly happy with any of them. Because, you know, they all are nice. The one that I would like to get the least would play League. Well, at the same time, I would be upset about it. Be upset about it indeed. If it does decide to have red eyes and likes. It's a little bit more of white that it overall turns to. I mean, it's not completely white like regularly, but it's a strange one. It does change, but definitely like the red eyes are the part that really gives it away. But yeah, anyways. Indeed, even though not for whatever reason feeling the absolute best today. Don't really know why, honestly. But I have one idea in mind why I'm not feeling like the best today, and it's because yesterday, straight after I stopped streaming pretty much, we started cleaning a little bit, so I might be tired from that. And we also went ahead and did go to the grocery store from like so long time ago that I can't remember when we did last buy like some paper, toilet paper. The other one I can't remember what's the name of that in English. It has been quite some time since we have bought any of that because we don't really use it too much, you know, so we don't really need to buy it too often. It's kind of the same thing with toilet paper, but of course toilet paper we use it more. But that is also like at least like if we buy like the very big package that we usually like to go for because it is for the amount that you get, it's like very cheap and you get a lot from that, so like it's nice. Like at least like half a year that will be lasting, if not a year. Really depends. But yeah. It's also weird that since like we buy like a very big package of like the dry food for the cat, so you know she can be eating that if she's actually hungry and not just saying that she would like to get some food. Like that also really depends on, because sometimes she eats that a lot and sometimes she doesn't eat it like at all. That also can be like once a year or twice a year purchase, which is very nice. Very nice indeed. And also the cat seems to be... No, she didn't really eat yesterday like at all, but today she seems to be eating. She's of course appreciated and nice to see. I mean, she every once in a while gets like this, that either she wants to eat a lot or she doesn't eat anything. To be getting them every once in a while, and I mean, if they don't last for too long, we are not too worried about it. Because I mean, it also happens is for me that sometimes I'm like, I want to eat a bunch of things, but sometimes I'm just like, I know that I need to eat, but I don't want to eat. It do be sometimes like that, indeed. One thing that I still will be always hoping that would be the case is that there would be an ability that would be disabling the other ability shown on the screen or a setting. I mean, honestly, they don't waste that much time, but at the same time, most of the time I can't be bothered to see it, so I wouldn't mind if that wouldn't be showing. Especially like since with like something like Absol that I still seeing like there a lot is it's not really necessary for me to see with every single one that oh no, it has pressure. I mean, it's not the worst. Just wish. There's so many things that you can turn off. It's interesting that that is like one of the only things that you can be turning off, you know? But next to the Stuffles, start to encounter you. I don't think that I should be having any problems though. Encounter the Stuffles there. I think so indeed. Especially if I would be a little bit more upwards. So I do be spawning in. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mount Lanakila. You decided to give me something. So could you please now give me a fast one indeed? It is still a thing though that I kinda would wish to be the case, is that if you are indeed riding, for example, let's say the Tauros, which whole, like, the Pokemon's whole idea is that it would be, like, fast. Like, I would be wishing that there would be a way to, like, toggle like, the running all the time thing, for example. I mean, that really isn't the case in Pokemon games anyways. But I mean, I wouldn't mind that because, you know, it would make sense because why not? It was a very nice thing that it was the thing in, like, the Heart Gold and Soul Silver, for example, that you could just toggle the B down. Like, I would wish that you could do that with, like, certain ride Pokemon in that game. It's just sometimes it's annoying to, you know, press B and run around, but I'm pretty sure that just riding the Tauros in this case is giving me, like, more encounters. I'm pretty sure about it. I mean, if it doesn't, it's at least what I'm thinking. So that helps them to be appearing faster. I just think that they are appearing faster. They, of course, appear faster. That do be how they work. Oh, it's a random encounter. It wasn't gone. Honestly, like, lately I did look at, like, Esper Shiny. I'm not saying that it's bad, but compared to the evolution, it's a little bit disappointing. The evolutions, they do be standing out very nicely, but Esper... yeah, not so much. It's a nice and cool Pokemon, but it could be standing out a little bit more. It could be because it will, like, goes from, like purple violet color to, like, light pink. That is not, like, most obvious one, you know. I mean, it is still, like, noticeable, but, like, at the same time, like, could have been better, could have been better. Like, I don't even care that it's, like, pink, I just would wish that it would be, like, a little bit more noticeable. The case with me, and if I think a Pokemon is settled when they're shiny, I'll still be able to see it relatively quickly because I guess I am just like that. Be thinking that I do be having a little bit better color vision than normal. Not completely sure about it, or I just notice, like, differences easier. even if they would be subtle. I don't know which one it would be, but something for sure. To move out of the way of the Stuffle though, because again, I don't ways. Oh, well, I don't really need to get away from Mitch. So I can straight away found this Swirlix, which do be making things a little bit easier. Struffles are taking over. You're there. I was like, huh? Where is this? Oh, this works. One of the two. Still absolutely love the detail and stuff, all that they do be having, like the tag. It do be a nice detail. I would wish kind of that there would be more like special Pokemons that would be like maybe not like drastically different than like the regular one, like kind of what is the case with like the Spiker Chew, for example. It's like if there's so slightly like the little differences, or they've never really been a thing though in Pokemon games apart from Pokemon Go, unfortunately. There's a bunch of like different Pokemon with costumes, which is nice, don't get me wrong, but I do be wishing that there could be at some point in the future again in the main series games a Pokemon that would be a little bit more special. But yeah, one thing that I know for sure is that I want to at some point over the weekend do playing a little bit of Animal Crossing. At least like a little bit, but I do want to play it indeed. Yeah, but I don't know if I would be doing much in there, but at least like I want to chill out in there. Say hello to everyone again. One thing that I don't really understand is sometimes when you do become into shiny hunting that sometimes people are like, if they're looking for a rare Pokemon, they are saying that someone else is doing it, that they are copying it. Usually it is a joke, but sometimes some people do be taking it a little too serious. But I mean, if you want to like collect rare, slightly different colored Pokemons, at some point you're gonna be looking for a one that someone else has gone for the same exact way. Because there is sometimes only like few ways to go ahead and look for some Pokemons. Like for example, in Sword and Shield, there is only few ways to look for example, Sizzlebead. The evolution, it's easier to look for, first of all, because you can do like overworld encounters for each. And second of all, it is like a little bit more common. Like, surely you can make Sizzlebead to be like more common with an ability, but still. There is unfortunately only so few ways to look for Sizzlebead. But I do be happy though that the Sizzlebead that I did find, I didn't face on it because, I mean, it's quite rare, even with Flash Fire. So I'm very glad I did manage to get it on the first phase indeed. I mean, there is a bunch of cool, like, other cool Pokemons in there for sure, but it's always nice to not face. But then again, like, sometimes facing is okay, because, I mean, I don't really be bothered by that I would be facing on the Sinistea hunt, because, like, it's expected that you would be facing on there. Because, I mean, what you are looking for with or without the shiny charm, it is quite rare. But like some Pokemon that are like relatively rare, I don't mind facing, but like I would rather not. It's the kind of thing that I have with the hard gold one, which right now I'm hunting for a Hoot. And currently I'm on a route that it's a 30% chance to be there. 30% of Spinnerag and 40% of Rattata. Like, if I would be finding a Spinnerag in there, I would probably be switching to the route where it's a little bit more common. And there would be only that and Rattata there. I mean, I wouldn't mind to face on a Spinnerag there, for example. It's pretty nice shiny. Only thing that I don't like about it, it's the cry, because jeez. It should be screaming. It's like, I don't mind like the old, like, they are literally screaming, but that specific one is like... It's like so loud and not nice. Like it just reminds me of like Screech Pokemon move. It's just not the most pleasant to hear, you know. I will say though that today we have been very lucky with the dog, at least on the start. Let's see how the rest of the day goes. Suddenly, they are nowhere to be found. And honestly, as nice as it is, that if you are KOing them, they are more likely to appear, I don't think that it makes too much sense. Especially like Pokemon like Farfetch'd. Since you know, like they are or like quite rare Pokemon to be found. So, but I mean, as I said, it is very nice that it's the case that they are more likely to be appearing than less likely to be appearing because... Jeez. I mean, you could say that they are like calling for help, but like kind of what SOS calling is. You would make like that argument there indeed. But I don't know. It's just this a little strange. And why can't there be still ability for every single type that you would be able to get like more of them? Or an item, whatever. Would be very nice. Very nice indeed. Yeah, I don't know with like, honestly, I'm thinking that for some reason, since I don't know why, but I have been very lucky with like pinkish shinies lately, so I'm thinking that Sneasel would be shiny today. I kind of hope not though. Because... I don't know, it's okay, but I mean, I have been getting quite a lot of pink shinies lately. So... I'm fine if one doesn't appear, you know? And also one thing that I do need to remember to do today more is to actually be for drink breaks, because jeez, after like yesterday's stream, since I wasn't drinking enough, jeez, I felt horrible. Like at the end of the stream I could like feel that I haven't been drinking enough, you know, on my throat. It was quite dry. Was quite dry indeed. And the only other pink one that I could think myself into running into, like, somewhat constantly would be actually Minchino. But I mean, I wouldn't mind that, honestly. I would myself, just because I don't get too many chances to hunt for Minchino in too many games, and I don't have it, I would rather take a Minchino than a Sneasel, even though both are nice shinies. But just for the reason that it's, for me personally, harder to hunt right now. It would be like a nicer one to go for instead. just thinking that... No thinking. Yeah, that I'm thinking. Away from the clearly too soon, but it's okay. Like, yeah, it should be like, now that I'm done like thinking, it's like if the average is that, like the average usually is around like 45 minutes to do the 100 encounters, it should be taking like 3-ish hours to hit 400 encounters. It should indeed be like that. Of course, everything goes well. So you never know. Also, don't you absolutely love when you're trying to fix something, and of course, like, you need to contact the whoever, like, to contact to, like, get help from it, if it's not, like, you can get help from internet straight away, kind of a one, and they don't understand, like, the problem that you're having, or, like, there is, like, certain things that you need to do before you can do like move on, you know. Thankfully I don't run into those kinds of issues too much, but I mean, I know that it can be frustrating indeed. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting things indeed. Go dribbling. Oh, he got the thing. I'm on route 4. Let's go. I'm now suddenly at route 5. Oh, fuck things. And another thing that the cat has actually been doing lately is that she has been like more playful recently. Like, I don't know why. But then again, that is kind of a thing that sometimes she do be having like moments like that. Like she's trying to attack everything, but thankfully that can be tailed with like 5 minutes of playing with her. Then she's like nicely calmed down and everything is fine with her. Hmm. One thing that I don't mind as much as I know some other people do be minding is that like repel trick, it doesn't really work on games nowadays. But I don't mind it because there is so many different ways to boost the chance of the possibly the Pokemon that you're looking for. So I don't mind it for that reason myself. Like surely it would be nice, but I mean usually when I personally am shiny hunting, I don't really care too much about that, and also I usually have like a pool party of like very high level Pokemon, so I would need to be bothered to do something about that first, and can I be bothered? Is a question indeed. Anyways, I do be hoping the best of luck to anyone else that do be hunting. Hopefully, you will be finding whatever you for. Yeah, I will definitely be sharing my luck. I didn't know if it would be any help, but something I guess. Okay then. Oh yeah, I think after it turns, like in a half an hour, it should be, if I did things correctly, it should be turning into sunset chime, which would be quite nice indeed. Oh, it's a boosted one, nice. I can get some watts out of you then, I guess. It's not the most useful thing, but I guess nice to have still. Unfortunately, there is no way really to get it to be a little bit better, since there is only Pokemon that I don't necessarily want to encounter nearby. Stuffles making their point out, or making my point out that for a Pokemon that I don't really want to encounter. I know that we have like Cafe Remix to be a game, but I do wonder if you're gonna be like getting another like spin-off like that you would be able to like, I will be resolved like especially around like sweets. Because I mean that wouldn't be necessarily too bad if you ask me. I wouldn't mind that. Like getting more like an interesting spin-offs, you know. They haven't unfortunately been too much of a thing lately. Like there is some unique ones for sure. Something like that. And I mean I kind of like, if that would be the case, I would kind of see it to be like a actually like story-based one. Maybe like big puzzles could be there as well. Because like the Cafe Remix, it's a nice game, but the puzzle element for that game, it isn't like the kind that I would be looking for, you know. It's not bad. It's just not like you're actually doing puzzles, it's just like connect as many of these as you can and do things. Usually in a time limit or a turn limit that you have only a set amount of turns that you can do them in. But I will say that I do like those better than like the traditional match 3 games. Could be because like I was playing them for some time in my life and then like got bored of them, and now like most of the apps or the ads for apps that I see is that they are looking like they wouldn't be like match 3 games, but they actually are. It's just like giving me like a bad taste for those games because of that. Like if I would be liking to play like match 3 games, then I'll be playing match 3 games. It's the same thing, like nowadays I've been seeing that it's more of the case with like merging games. like merchant games are right now like a big thing. Which like they are fine, but it's just the ads sometimes can be a little bit misleading. So I actually don't mind the ads that like if they are like either match 3 or merge games. If they're like actually showing you that they are that. Because if I see an ad for a game, I would like to see like what's the game actually about. Because most of the time nowadays it's just like a crazy story behind it, and that's like meant to reel you in. I mean, it definitely works, because why else would they still be doing that? Also, I absolutely love those games that have like an energy system that goes by so quickly that you'll be running out of energy like all the time. Because honestly, I myself much rather get like a certain amount of health, like until I need to wait on that I can like try it again like after a while, because sometimes if it is an energy based, it usually is that the energy is quite it goes by very quickly. There isn't like too many levels that you could do with that. Because with the like if you would be having like certain amount of lives before you need to wait, the thing is that usually if that's the case, if you lose the level, you lose a life. So that's nice. Because for me personally, if I can't beat a level, I would like to try it again like straight away and not like wait some time in order to get it, because unfortunately sometimes the wait can be quite long. Sometimes the wait can be quite long indeed. Because like I don't mind if like if you would be using like one energy for one thing, and like the amount that you need to wait is like maybe 2 minutes. It's not too bad, but let's say that you are playing in the like a merge 3 game and you need to be spending a set amount of energy points in order to like even be able to play the level. The wait can sometimes be that you can play the level again like an hour even. Because usually if it is like with the health system that you have a certain amount of health points, I have seen that it's usually maybe 10 to 20 minutes and you can try again. And it's always like very frustrating that you would like to play the level again, try the level again, but then you would need to wait like for your one-off and you need to be waiting for like 5 minutes in order for you to get your next try. And sometimes in also like those energy-based games, there's either a limit how many like ads you can watch for them per day, or the other one is that if you are indeed like you're spending like in-game currency to them, there might be a limit. Which is like sometimes strange because usually if they have like energy system like that, they would like to get like a bunch of money out of you, but sometimes it is indeed the case that they don't want you to spend too much money on the game. Which, as I said, I do be appreciating. Especially as I said, for having a kid that likes to play games like that, can't be spending too much on it. And I don't know why, but I never really understood the thing that using your parents' credit card for anything. It could be because we never like did get to use them, and like why would I like steal it? Like I understood that. I never really did understood that bottom. So that is a very weird thing for me to hear that someone like stole their mom's credit card for buying something. Because it really was a thing for me because I guess I was such a good kid then that I didn't want to do it, and also I didn't really have any like things to spend it on. I do understand it better like nowadays, since there is like it's easy to like use them, since like there is mobile games that or other games that you might want to buy the in-game currency for. Like, I don't know. Weird thing to me. Thing to me indeed. Oh, nice. Getting another level there. Definitely needed. I mean, if I would like to not spend as much time on that, I would be having them to be at level 100, but I don't. It doesn't really waste that much time, and I'm pretty sure that the screen would still be like showing, even though you're not getting like any XP out of these. Which is strange to say the least. I mean, it's not too bad, but a little strange nonetheless. Strange indeed. It's gonna be the random encounter, right? Yeah. It is indeed. Oh. Some fast encounters, love to see. Love to see it indeed. I mean, she. Oh, same. Oh, this were like nice. Just wondering. I mean, honestly, I don't think that it like Swirlix wouldn't have been looking too bad if it would be having like a light shiny. Just for the reason being that, like, you know, cotton candy, like it is usually like quite like light colors that it do be coming in, and for some reason Swirlix to be reminding me of cotton candy. Like, not like any other like light color like that. I don't mind the shiny that it do be pink. It's just like so many other things also would have been working quite nicely with it. Good indeed. Okay, just a Minchino. Just a Minchino at the same spot as last time. Game good, you be me something else. Very much appreciated indeed. The boosted Stubble still looks, unfortunately, pink. It should be indeed looking quite pink. Not what I would be looking for from each at all. Honestly, I don't know why, but I'm thinking that like Hatterm line, it could be getting like a regional variant or something like that. That it would be that would be Dark Psychic instead. Like now it's like a magical huge like witch energy coming from it. It could be the case that it would be like witch instead if it would be for dark type. I don't want to go for dark fairy first of all because I think witch is more of a psychic type, and also because the more gremlin to be like that. I don't know why, like I would like to see like something like that. I didn't want to run away, nice. Love it. Thankfully there was literally nothing that I wanted to encounter there. So I didn't waste any time. Yeah, because honestly we don't have too many dark psychic types, so it would be nice to see more of them. It's not like it's like incredibly typing wise or anything like that, but I mean, it would be nice to get a little bit more. Because honestly, we kind of have already quite a few. I don't know, psychic fairies. It's unfortunate that some type combinations, they are like everywhere and you see them all the time. There should be some things like that, I don't know, normal flying is definitely the least common type combination ever. I mean, I don't mind it, but nice to get more pure flying types. As I said, we should be having two kind of parrots right now, and both are having the same type. Like, one of them could have very well been a pure flying type instead. Just so you know, differentiate them a little bit more. Indeed. I mean, we'll certainly get there at some point, that you're having a bunch of just pure flying types, right? Let's just have a region filled with just pure flying types. I mean, if we would be having that right now, it would be kind of boring because there would be legendary and two birds. Be kind of a boring region, honestly. As I've said plenty of times, like Pokemon's like Fletchling could have straight away been like the evolutionary type, indeed. And some, at least like base forms could have been like just like flying types. That's what I'm kind of thinking, that for some reason I'm thinking that like, I don't know, Fearow line, Swallow line, and the storyline, they could have, in my opinion, could have been like pure flying types. Maybe even Pikipek. I don't know. I think like Pikipek could be a normal flying just because like I don't know, the like peak changing colors. Like making sense because not too many Pokemon get the normal type when they do be evolving, so which is honestly kind of a shame. Imagine if a Pokemon would be something and it would become normal. It wouldn't be making too much sense. But I don't know. One thing that would be kind of cool to see, that a Pokemon game where every Pokemon that seem like they could be having like logically thinking like more than 2 typings, they would be having that. I mean, it would be absolutely ridiculous if that would be the case. But I mean, it would be interesting to say the least. Would be indeed. Critical hits. Let's go. And not even because of friendship. Even better. Seed indeed. I don't know why I did actually defeat you, but I guess I did. So I wanted a E4 fetched after that so much that I defeated each. Oh, what a surprise, Minchino appeared. What a surprise indeed. Seems like I might have done things incorrectly. Unfortunately, well, it's not too big of a deal. It would have just been nice to be hunting at the sunset chime, indeed, and the night chime. Oh, it did work. Nice. It just did take a little bit time to be working. That's nice. Nice indeed. Everything pink will be looking even more pink. Indeed they will. But yeah, it do be said that I unfortunately can't switch the time forwards too much. Because You know, the thing being that, as I said, I would like to get them at the same day if possible. So, what I mean, doing it by a few hours is definitely working. Not too bad at all. Hello there, you are looking more pink, but not pink enough. Indeed. That's the first one from quite some time, so let's move out to the front, the Pokemon that can run away from them. Let's do that indeed. And now we can switch you back to the front. I mean, I could have very well defeated it, but I mean, I can't be bothered to defeat them. I much rather leave my power points that I'm looking for instead. Okay. There we go. Anyways. Pokemon seem to be showing quite nicely. And I think in the next... I think in the next hour it should be actually be seeing like visual differences that should become daytime on Ultramoon. Yeah, I think it's a little bit different. Like you can see like the difference sooner when it turns into daytime than when it is like turning into nighttime. Yeah, it is indeed the case. Which is understandable, but strange. And I like that the thunderstorm is. They did say that it should be hitting in here like now, and right now there is not even rain going on outside. Oh, don't you love the weather reports that are definitely correct? Don't you love those? Uh, but I mean, I don't mind it myself. It's okay to me personally. Like, I'm not the kind of person that is very upset if that isn't going to be a thing. Whatever the weather report says. Honestly, in any way, because I mean, I don't usually care too much. It's supposed to be sunny, and it's not sunny because I very rarely need to do something outside, so it's not gonna be affecting my life. Oh. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have another dude in here, so I need to waiting until a new one of you to be spawning in. Swerx. Nice Pokemon. I'm still probably one of the only ones that actually doesn't mind how Armachis is looking. Like, I mean, it could be looking better, but at the same time, I personally don't mind it. Like, I like both Swirlix and Sea lines. But again, I do tend to be like strange Pokemons anyways. According to a bunch of people. Oh, count for that. That's a defeat. There we go. I should be on a level I see soon, maybe like after 10 more. 10 more of the Farfetched. It's pretty soon. I might be getting it today, indeed. It doesn't really matter, though. Honestly, need the watts from you, so I don't care about defeating you. Stop. Be hunting you some other day. And probably in another game. So you really don't need to be showing up. Yeah, definitely I think that I do be missing from Scarlet and Violet is that you can indeed use a sandwich or boost, whatever it is, get the Pokemon type of your liking to be more likely to be here. That's why I do be wishing that there would be either an ability or an item for every single type. Like to be more likely to appear, like there is like Harvest. That you be making the like grass types to be more likely to appear, but it's still there is a decent amount of other ones as well. Still a decent amount of other ones indeed. Steam. Mark that we have done 200 encounters for today. At least 200 more for today. Indeed. Sure that we shall see. Indeed. Because honestly, getting to that point, it would be good enough for me for today. Indeed. There we go. Got the team counter on the other one as well. Lovely, lovely. Yeah, I'm getting lucky today for sure, but unfortunately still like... It should be a while before I get sometimes encounters. Usually it's only the case in actually Monlan Aquila, but today it's the case in both games. Just unfortunately getting the bush to like start with only having a one that I would like to encounter, it's definitely not helping the case. So please, go. Must be having me something nice. see if there is like a Farfetch'd on the other one. That would be very much appreciated if there would be a Farfetch'd, or at least something that I would like to encounter. Ah, what? Well, that's nice that there's 2 Pokemon that I can quickly check out. Thank you, game. Thank you, thank you. It also would be quite cool if there would be, it would be a little bit too OP, but if you could just like filter out like Pokemon's out from your spawn list. Kind of the opposite what like Harvest does. Like, I don't want to see these types of Pokemon. You would just be getting rid of them. It would be a little too OP, but wouldn't mind it still. Because sometimes, especially with the overworld ones that you want to go for them, they are quite annoying to try and do. And get. And it's fine indeed. Oh, yuck. Little too late to be the most efficient one, but I mean, you could still turn to be like a nice long streak, though. Good, you get it so. No, it's I swear, like, doesn't unfortunately even share some colors with the Farfetch'd. We'll be sharing the shiny colors kind of with the original one. I know. Maybe now I can make the streak then. Well, the only one way to find out, and it is to try EEST the whole game. Either the shiny or a nice long streak. And I would be very happy if I would be able to get like very happy if I would be able to like pull out like a 10 chain for a Farfetch'd. It is unfortunately quite unlikely. It doesn't like the chance of like a new one appearing doesn't thankfully like decrease after like how many times you have done this. That doesn't affect it, but it's still like quite unlikely to hit that chance so many times in a row. That's like I'm completely happy if I can get a 5, because like that is like for me like a reasonable one to think about. Hmm. I'm soon running out of moves with you. Which means, indeed, there has been a decent amount of Farfetched. Because, like, I did switch you out relatively early on. So, you're running out of your moves. And watch, you have like 40 moves to hit things with. Am I correct about that? Yes. So it is like around 50 that I have seen/defeated today. Which definitely isn't too bad at all. At least there's Minchino. Encounters definitely are gonna be going faster once, if this goes long enough, that I will be starting to encounter the like Stuffles all the time. Because still, like, I don't want to get more Drifloons, and I can't be bothered with the Wobbuffets. Just they do be quite annoying to deal with them. So I would rather not deal with them. And I unfortunately, since I was making last night that I was making food and I like didn't lower the oven door enough, did get unfortunately a little burn from each. Thankfully it's just a small one, and also like it isn't like in too bad of a spot. It's like hard to hit something with it, you know? But it's definitely not liking that something is hitting it. But I mean, as I said, thankfully it wasn't too bad of a burn. So thankfully too bad of a burn at all. Oh. When Mountain Aquila doesn't want to run away from the target or the Pokemon, even if I would be depressing. Then I'm trying to do the circles in the battle menu. And it definitely works because I will be scrolling through the options there. Yeah. Let's go. Definitely helping me out a lot. Oh, it's another boost of stuff. Okay. Interesting game, interesting. Interesting indeed that you would like to give me another Stuffle like that. But that's definitely welcome. It would be nicer if you would be the one that would be having the aura around you because you would like nicely search. But I mean, it, like the work that I did for the Farfetch'd, it didn't go to waste, thankfully, because anyway is I've been getting like a bunch of them to be showing with a brilliant aura. And for it to be working for that all alone is a nice thing. As I said, it wasn't really the main goal. It was definitely one of the goals with it. Surely when the rare ones with the aura are appearing are more likely to be shiny, but the thing is that I can get them to be more likely to be appearing. Also, it's interesting as the KOing thing, like if you would be KOing something and the next one has a higher chance for the Pokemon to be next, you know? Like that works with like authentic Sinisty, which is nice. But I don't think that it unfortunately works with Pokemon that have like a gender difference, unfortunately, because they don't like have a separate slot. It's just whichever one it is gonna be, you know. Like, if it would be working like that for like comp, it would be like quite nice. But then again, you can like use abilities to boost certain gender more likely to be there. Thankfully in these games. It's unfortunately going for straight away for a Westpac win. It is not the easiest thing to do in these games. It's honestly finding a full Pokemon in the wild. It's definitely a nice feeling, especially if it would be the shiny one. Indeed. That's why I'm liking him. It's one of the things that I actually do be liking with the newer Pokemon games, that like certain Pokemon that you wouldn't think that would be found in the wild, you can. Like more of the like final evolution can be found in the wild. And also some trade evolutions. Which is for me always appreciated because trading takes time and sometimes materials. And mostly the time is like the big thing for me because the cutscene need to be quite long. So if I can not be encountering it and fighting the fully evolved one from the wild, I wouldn't mind it. Probably shouldn't go because otherwise I'm gonna be encountering that Stuffle when it tries to go back. I'm not straight away gonna be in a battle with it anyways. So that is also an option. Hopefully now it shouldn't be an issue at all, so I don't need to think about it anymore. Oh, it is a boosted Minchino. I thought it was, but then I thought no, it's going to be the grass, right? Because sometimes the way that the light hits the grass, it can be like more yellow, but it was. And that was kind of what I expected. Straight away going into another battle. Thankfully everything from this route is so small so I can't get into like a large loop with this easily. I can, but it's a little bit harder. With Wobbuffets it's definitely the easiest one, but the game usually doesn't like to spawn in a Pokemon if you are like covering the spot that it would try to be. It would try to be going to. Mm. There's quite a bit of like interesting things, honestly, that at least that I didn't know like the meaning of when I was like younger, but I still used them a lot. One being that for some reason it like everyone like that I did like either go to school with or they were my friends for some reason for quite some time like it's like like every other sentence like TM, and I didn't really know what it meant, but I still like use it myself as well. But then when I did grow a little older, I didn't know what it meant then. And I mean, it's not too bad, it's just a little weird thing. I don't know honestly why. It was a thing that, like, for some reason, the people that I was hanging out with did say a lot. Like, it could be the case that they didn't know what it meant and they just thought that it was funny sounding and they just used it. Because honestly, that is for quite a good amount of words that were used around the people that I did hang out with was the case. Just used weird words, maybe not understanding the meaning of it. And like the internet wasn't that big of a thing then. Still would be weird for me to think about since like when I was growing up, it was a thing that I'm not allowed to take like my phone to school, even though like you can't really do anything with the phone, like those phones. The smartphones, well, they weren't really like that big of a thing then. For only a few years after they started to be a big thing. And of course, like bunch of people did sneak in the phone. Like at certain age it was like okay that you would be bringing it in because you know it might be used when you're studying. like in school, but like in the first like few grades it wasn't a thing. And I was talking about this yesterday, I think, as well, that nowadays it's like required for your child to have a phone in school or an internet connection because they are used as part of studying. I guess this more of a thing now because like when I was growing up, the school did have like their own tablets more, and unfortunately kids aren't always the nicest with them, no. So I guess like they slowly like are trying to go that you need to provide it yourself because it is a thing that you're less likely to be destroying your own things and unfortunately are breaking the school, like whatever school provides to you. Because I always remember that like we did have like a bunch of like different computer like labs, I guess, classrooms anyways, and one of them was one of them was filled with laptops that were like always missing at least 5 pieces from the keyboard, and they were very uncomfortable without having like the things in there, because some keyboards they are fine if they're in the laptops without having like the cover things, but those weren't. Was partially because they were so old and were annoying to use because of that, and like the screen was like so small compared to what we would be having school in nowadays. And there was one like computer classroom filled with like in quotes regular PCs, but they were definitely more like for like business side, so like of course they aren't like the best for gaming, but no, it isn't the idea anyways. And those were fine most of the time. They were very, very like broken. Which is nice because I really like those. The unfortunate part is that most of the classes, like, they couldn't be using those computers because they were really meant for like specific like lectures only. A few like possibilities that you could be doing that. You could be having like your regular class in there, but very rarely. Instead of you would be writing your essays or whatever story things you needed to write for school, which half of the with half of the keys because the keyboard was missing half of them. And like the thing was also that we weren't really allowed to do them like at home. I don't know why like our teacher was very strict about it, that you can't do this at home, you need to do them in school instead, which is also a little problematic because I work better at home than from like school myself. But I think the main reason why you couldn't do them at home is because they like couldn't provide you with like the programs. But I mean, I don't really understand like why couldn't I like wrote it down to a like a notepad or something, then send it to my school email and get it out of there. I didn't understand that. And I would be just adding that to it. Because honestly, the time that you have in school sometimes to write the story essay things is quite limited. Or for us at least. So they usually weren't, at least for me, the best. It could also be because I didn't really like any of the subjects that we needed to like write stories about. Like I really didn't have anything that I didn't get into the writing flow at all with them. It was my thing. Glad that those days are over. And then there was another like classroom filled with like Mac computers, and they were only really supposed to be used for the like certain like music classes, so you know you can make music with the computer. They were really only meant for that, but unfortunately we sometimes needed to use those because if every other one was filled already with like other classes, so we need to do that indeed. Yeah, but they weren't like too bad, but because they were like meant to like do the music classes, they were not the most optimal way to like, they weren't the most optimal ones to like write things with. And that could be reason why I have a bad taste about them. Bad taste about those ones. Because yeah, they didn't really work too well to just like regular old writing. They did at some point like get into certain parts of the school. They did get like a laptop case that you could be using. Same with like tablets. But they were very limited usage indeed. It do be crazy how different things are now that you are more or less required to have phone with you everywhere. By the way that I was going in school, if you had one, you could get into big trouble. Like the only times that I remember that you could have your phone in school, like in 6th grades, just for us from depending on when you were born, from usually from like age 7 to 12. Like if you would be having phone in there, you would be getting in trouble. But yeah, there were a few situations in which it was okay to have your phone in school, and it was like if you had like a doctor's appointment or something like that, and your parents would be picking you up and they would be like texting you that they would be there. But like apart from that, like you would be in trouble. Which I do understand that you don't want the kids to be like distracted with them. What happens nowadays, that is. And also that they would be playing outside instead. but it wasn't like ever my thing to play outside, so what I end up doing on like breaks is that I was just literally standing somewhere for the 10 to 30 minutes. It really depended on like at what time you would be having your breaking, but usually it's 15 minutes. But I mean, thankfully, indeed, those days are over. I don't need to worry about them at all. Can indeed do things a little bit more freely, I would like to say. And as I said, thankfully nowadays it's not as bad with like, as I said, like internet things are indeed very much required nowadays. Which is super nice because they do be helpful if you can use them right indeed. Which unfortunately, since the internet was a new thing or new, but it was like new that you can use it to like check some things out from the internet and write about that. So people didn't really know how to do it. The only thing that I would wish to be a little bit better though with those was that there definitely was times that some people would just literally just copy and paste something out of somewhere, and it wasn't as like strictly go ahead and look through. That is a thing that I really do be liking though, that since it is quite a usual thing nowadays, that they are checking it more, that is it actually you writing it or did someone else write it and you just are really copy and pasting in it. I did see a balloon. No, it wasn't a balloon, it was Stuffle. I did see something there, but I was a little too late at that point to try and get out of there. Could you? Thank you. Far-fetched. You doing? Honestly, one thing that I will probably at some point like try to do is to use Dex Nav to get something, because like it's not too hard to do, I will say that, but it is definitely requiring a little bit of skill and stuff like that. So could be interesting indeed. I do. It's still so funny to think about because I don't know why, but for me at least, it's not too bad to understand how like DexNav works. For me, it's like I understand it completely easy, but it's still for quite a good amount of people like confusing one. I do understand that it's not like the most straightforward one for sure. But then again, if you really would like to learn how it works, I would like to say that it should be pretty easy to understand it indeed. Like the easiest way if you would be liking to get quite easily a shiny from DexNav is that you would be indeed just like getting them first, like just the like whatever the number is that you have seen them up, which is pretty easy to do if the Pokemon is available in hordes. And get that number up like ridiculously fast. And then just keep like the DexNav streak thing going on and you do be quite good to go. Oh. Yes, you should be hunting at the nighttime then. 5 more minutes to go. I need more or less. The Switch is a little bit behind on that. Yes, since if you are indeed changing the time, it's fine. I like that both of the cries for Pokemon that I did throw out, they did happen at the same time, and I was like, huh? What is this Pokemon's cry? So I can hear both of the games personally. Just want to have like it to be there just in case, for one reason or another. To like hear each, you know. Oh, most of the ones in there thankfully are quite obvious ones if they do be shiny. I'm still wishing that someday we will be getting a like an each Pokemon. As I said, Hatchram Lime to be having a pretty good chance for that. And could be like still the case that maybe Hatena could be like the regular one. Indeed. Maybe after that it would be indeed like that. Like there is a bunch of like Pokemon that like that. I say bunch and there's like me. And I mean it works quite nicely that maybe the like the base form is like regular and then like the evolutions would be a little bit more special. Oh. If nothing else, Hatchram line there is a pretty good like standing A point for a witch-like Pokemon indeed. Another thing that I would be also wanting, as I have said about this before, would be like more Pokemons like Mimikyu, or Mimikyu would be having other costumes. Like maybe it wouldn't always be a Pikachu, maybe in some region it would be another Pokemon instead, because that is like more popular in there. Interesting nonetheless. Still love though the detail if you do be going to Pikachu Valley and interacting there enough times, you can indeed be seeing Mimikyu in there, and the dude is not gonna be believing you. A little bit too orange at the start, but it's probably thanks to the sunset. It's probably thanks to that indeed. Here we go. Stretched out. Just a little bit of my legs. Defailing. Nice. Did you be indeed? And now we do be nighttime indeed. I don't know if it's like fully nighttime. Yeah, it's not fully nighttime because there is still the sunset coloring there, but it's a little bit darker. It's a different river there. And another thing that why I would like to hunt in the nighttime is that because I think the Farfetch would be not by too much, but like ever so slightly like easier to notice. It should be the case that sometimes when it's dark, it's easier to see like the difference in not so immediately noticeable ones. It's like the since the thing that is called the white furry part thing, it will be changing to like yellow. It might be like standing out a little bit more in the night time. At least that do be my thought process behind it. Yeah, more or less an hour of encounters in the nighttime at least. Might indeed be a little bit shorter one, especially compared to like yesterday, but I mean it's still probably gonna be like even 3.5 hours. That's a bit of a stretch, but I mean it could be, I could get that unlucky. And I like that there is like almost daytime in the other one. It's in the morning in there now. Nice, sweet. There's you. Garlics. Let's go. Oh. There we go. What should what could be a thing that you could be getting? Pokemon that you would like to see it to be here more often, apart from like KOing, nothing really. It was a nice zoom, by the way, to the Pokemon. Because that would have worked if Sandshrew would be like taller, but since like Sandshrew is quite the small one, it's just literally zoomed into me there. I'll get this cool Pokemon. Wait a second. Thank you. Oh, Sneasel. Yeah, still one thing that I would wish for to be the case since like Sun and Moon games, either one of them, the Ultra games or the regular ones, like they are like really heavily based on the like the time of day things. So it would be nicer like if Pokemon like Sneasel and Absol would be maybe more likely to be appearing during the nighttime, and then when it's like daytime they're slightly like less likely to be there. Just to like have a little bit difference on the encounter table up in here. I mean, unfortunately, they aren't like too crazy with the day and night things most of the time in the Alola games. Which do be a shame. Maybe she knows that I want to encounter her. Because I think I should be waiting until I see something that I would like to encounter in Sword first before I try to get an encounter in the Mount on Aquila. It would be smart. How often do I do it? Not too much, because just is so easy to just do the circles in there indeed. Sometimes if you're doing that just right, you might be able to see both of the encounters same exact time. It's certainly hard to like try and do that for sure. This one is like straight away encountering the Pokemon that you see, and the other one needs to be like hiding it. It is the case with like every single like random encounter one, which is understandable. Did you indeed? Right now, game is going very nicely indeed. It's weird to see like the hand there with Grimmsnarl, because usually it is indeed covered in the fur, so you don't really see it at all. It would be interesting though that they did indeed introduce kind of the counterpart Pokemon in the same generation that could be like both they like covering themselves. I mean, surely they have like done things like that before, but like they are not like straight away like the most obvious like counterparts to each other. Like, let's say Volbeat and Elumise are, but they like still have that kind of the connection there. Like they're kind of meant to be counterparts, like especially like being the thing that the other one is always female and the other one is always male. That is like even more like a thing indeed for that. Waiting until the random encounter goes away. Oh, I don't need to. There is a Farfetch though that I need. I don't need to, but I want to defeat. If it is indeed necessary. I don't think that I would be doing that if it would be a little bit more yellow than usual, and also the leak is like slightly darker than usual as well. Not by like crazy amount, but I mean it still is there and decently noticeable. It would be interesting still, like, how drastic of a change it is, like, overall between Farfetch'd and Surfetch'd. Just like the weapon of choice, it should be like changing quite a bit. And also, as much as I like that it has both sword and shield, I will say that the shield looks a little odd. Not in a bad way, but it just looks a little odd. Oh, there. Honestly, one thing, I don't know why, but I would kind of like to see what would an alpha Swirlix be looking like. So I don't think it has like first of all to being like a big Pokemon. But how would it be looking if it would be an alpha one? Certainly be interesting though, if that ever will be the case. It's a problem, I don't know why, but I think like I don't think that like Swirlix would be really working like in a past or in a Pokemon game that is based on the past. And the reasoning being that, as I said, I do be seeing it as too much like as a cotton candy Pokemon. And it wouldn't probably make too much sense. Of course, it could be having another form, maybe? Like, that's a possible, but I don't... I still wouldn't see it from a thing, but then again, I would really much like to see what an alpha Swirlix would be looking like. Anyway, this Pokemon that would be interesting. It would be nice if there would be even more like special things about them. Like, sure, there is a bunch of special things about the alpha Pokemon for sure, but maybe there could be something even more special about them. Surely they are big and angry, having like stats away from that too quickly. Nice. Oh my gosh. Thank you. That didn't take forever. There we go. This can be... Oh, come on! I waited for that one for so long and then you be a big bully and don't give me straight away another one, but I mean I will like a boosted Swirlix that I can run away from and then I can start seeing do I get something cool about the Farfetch'd. Still quite a good chance that we might be able to get Shane. It's indeed a chance. It is definitely a thing that at some point I definitely will be doing. I don't know if I will be doing it off or on stream, that I will be getting a Pokemon that is a one that I have worked to get the 500 KOs for, and then I will be doing it as long as it needs to be done to get the shiny one from that. So honestly, it might be taking quite some time. It definitely can be interesting indeed. And also, I don't know why, but like a few days ago, it was either that our neighbors were very loud or there were a bunch of people outside yelling at the middle of the night. It doesn't happen too often, thankfully, but I mean, it's sometimes frustrating and like stuff like that, but that also means that the fear of us being too loud is like not that bad, you know? I think sometimes that I'm too loud and I'm waking someone up in the middle of the night, but certainly our neighbors have taught us that that's most likely not the case. Also, I've been like running into the videos about like very dirty places, and I always like thinking that we are messy because, well, at least like my father was very strict that it needs to be very clean all the time, and he's still like that. So that could be part of like the problem, that I think like the way that we are living is messy, but watching those definitely confirms that it could be a lot worse. And I mean, it's like, actually it's not too bad. It's just sometimes some people like it to be like a lot cleaner than you might be having, or like we might be having in this case. And another thing is that, at least for me, like I don't like completely clean house as well. First of all, the smell would be awful, and the other thing is that I want the place to look like that someone is living there and not like it's a museum or something like that. And I think that my mother used to say is that if someone is coming to your place like without noticing like ahead of time and they are complaining that the place is messy, it's their own fault that they didn't notify you in like too much in advance. Which is definitely true, because I mean, how else should I know that I would need to be having a clean house if you don't notify me that you're gonna be coming and visiting? There we go. For a second, then since I just like looked at the glalie, for a second I did see a little bit red, and I was like, oh, and then I was, jeez, it's nothing, just seeing things. It's just seeing things in the edge that weren't true, unfortunately. Indeed, nice to get that to be done. Indeed, on Lanakila, so I would need to remember it every once in a while that I have a hunt in there. It do indeed the case. And not too bad today have been so far, and I don't think that's gonna be changing. Even if we wouldn't be getting anything sparkly today, didn't honestly think that we would be, but it's always a chance. There's always a chance that there might be something indeed. Nice. Start the forfetch thing again. Let's go. And indeed. Still one of the strangest thing that I do be though, thing like always is a strange thing to me from the Alola games is that like you like always hear the amount of Pokemons that you are having in your party. It is like showing like that. Like surely it's showing in every other game as well, but like it's interesting that they do be having like a special sound for that. Should be interesting indeed. Because it really isn't too much of a case in like other games that I have been playing. The critical hitch. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Otherwise, it would have been a little bit problematic. Would would have it been going down or not? And I can speak. Let's go. Oh. Okay, I just wanted to wait it out if that would have been something else. Been going back and forth then. That doesn't matter. Go up, please. Thank you. I problem with the Tricons. Certainly something. Not like I'm blocking them or anything like that. I'm having them this more or less the same way that I did have them yesterday. But the weird thing is that today is the problem that they don't want you, like the joystick isn't doing anything. And the usual problem that I do be having is that that like the button presses aren't going through. So that will be interesting indeed. Another Pokemon that I think that could have just been in there, like region. Actually, now that I think about it, it's Ampa or whatever it is. I mean, it's not too bad of a Pokemon. I don't mind that it's somewhere else, but at the same time, it is a really weird Pokemon. So I wouldn't necessarily mind if it would have just stayed in Alola for now. Because I don't know, it just doesn't really scream that it should be in the lore for me. And honestly, its counterpart as well, the Turtonator. It is kind of like that as well, that it's okay, but did they really need to be here? Thank you, Molecule. Yeah. Should I definitely be at we are encountering a bunch of Pokemons indeed. One good thing that I will say that it is indeed a thing that those are appearing indeed. I got the max revive, let's go. Confused what the sound was. I got the max revive. But yeah, I don't know what my luck is actually. Again, maybe sometime soon I could be doing the a comedy day while I'm streaming, but the froggy one again. I will be busy that day. I was just thinking that, well, I can't do that on stream, but then I thought, no, I can because I need to be watching the dog, the puppy, and the cat. I need to be there. I can stream it. It's okay. It's not the end of the world, but I mean, it would be nice. So I would be doing something else on the side as well. I like all of them need to be on Sunday lately. Be nice if they would have been more on a Saturday for me. The Sundays are indeed usually the most likely to be like a busy day. They do be indeed. But yeah, we shall see indeed. There indeed will be a little differences in the next few weeks how I will be streaming and also how I will be doing the badge quest as well, because unfortunately like on next Tuesday I can't do it, and the Tuesday after that I might be able to do it. It really depends on how sleepy I am after the previous day being in school and doing the presentation and everything according to that. Yeah, but it is a possibility that I won't be streaming that day, but it also would be a possibility that I will be. I wanna push myself anyways, so I don't need you. Chilling anyways. Little dog would like to be having a little bit more yellow, so I could be evolving into something that is having a lot of yellow. You mind to do that? So I would appreciate it if you would. Yeah. And I don't know why there has been like something in my eye lately that it has been very itchy. Of course, trying not to touch it because I want to make it worse. I don't know why though. It very well could be that there is a slight scar there because cat has been walking or jumping to me. It is definitely a possibility. I don't really know what else it could be, but I mean, Just don't touch it, it's not too bad. And it is... It do be unfortunate. You like that? Dog. Thank you. Thank you very much. Honestly, I would like to see another dog Pokemon because there is a bunch of like cool like dog Pokemon, like just if you would be getting them from like real life. They having quite a pretty colors. So that reason alone I would be liking to see like another dog Pokemon. And like one of them could be like referring more to those. Like we have a decent amount of dog Pokemon. And like most of them also are like fairly unique. What are they either evolving into or what they are like based on? It's like they are all like pretty unique at the end of the day. Yep, Psydog, we have Farfetch'd and then we having Darkledge. For example, they are quite a different one from each other. And you really call all of them ducks? Yes and no, they technically are all placed on dogs. Definitely not all of them like Scream Dog. Like honestly for me, like the only one that really like is screaming like a traditional dog is Farfetch'd. Chocolate, it's okay. It's just like a little too like unnatural color for me to like see this like a regular dog. Maybe we and there is also another dog that was introduced, but it's also not really it's not really a traditional one, that one either. Like I would like to see another like pure water dog, maybe. I don't know, it could be having another typing as well. Flying would be so obvious, but at the same time I don't know if I would like to have that or not. The unfortunate shame that Farfetch'd they do indeed be rare ones because tragic backstory. There is a bunch of Pokemon though like that, but it would be nice if it wouldn't be the case. But if we could be indeed be getting like maybe at some point we would be getting like more Pokemon that are like considered to be rare and then like them to be like very common. Maybe. It kind of happened with Lapras, because like a dude, since like Pokédex entry did say that they are pretty rare, and then they just breed them and release them, then in a bug in the Dex entry at some point they will say that the population has been going up. Like cool things. Is it really necessary? No, but nice things nonetheless. Yep. Hmm. Chino. Oh, I might be. Oh, wait. I might have been able to run into the random encounter there. I might have been running into it if it would have been like a little bit later that I would have been getting the encounter. Very well being the case indeed. But anyways, still be wishing the best for you to be hunching. Someone is definitely taking all of my luck. No, it's not too bad. One of them isn't even overodds. Only one of them is. I mean, it's not gonna be taking too long until the other one is overodds as well, if I would be just hunting for it, because it's gonna be like, depending on how many encounters I will be doing, one or two more streams for that, indeed. Soon trying to look for the far-fetched. Soon indeed. So, want to be ending on the target. Because you never know, it might be the last one. Might be the last one indeed. So what's the chance? There we go. Of you, I need to switch out who is in front. It's another one for 2J as well. Don't usually get these too often, and I mean, I guess I have seen them both then today as well. The only one that I don't have seen with a brilliant aura has been actually, yep, Refaloon indeed. It is in one that I haven't seen yet. And there is still definitely plenty of time for that to be happening. Oh boy. Oh boy. Cat is chilling in the middle of the floor. Shit, just to be chilling there indeed. And noticed Ichule that it's one that I wouldn't really like to encounter, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine indeed. I mean, at least, Shido did appear after it, so that's nice. Never know, it could be something very cool happening after I did accidentally run into the Stuffle there. You never know. Fortunately, doesn't seem like it. Time to wait then. Thank you, Farfetch'd. If this trick doesn't go for like 10 more, then unfortunately, indeed, we need to be looking for a new one. Which is quite likely, honestly, that we would need to be looking for another Farfetch'd, I would like to say. Say that indeed. I mean, it might be here for like a few more. As I said, it's not too likely that it would be going for too long at the end of the day, since it is not the highest chance of like continuing. Cat will be going chilling to the bed. Probably waiting until she will be getting the rest of the food. Indeed, thankfully she... But yeah, one thing that I'm still glad about the cat is that thankfully she's not like very picky that every single time that she uses the litter box, like everything needs to be changed. It's nice. It do be nice indeed. So honestly, it would be not nice if I would be needing to change it every single time, because it would be daily. But I mean, if that would be the case, of course, I would be putting less in there, so you know, less waste. Because, I mean, I don't want to waste it. Nice. She's not too picky with that, indeed. How long is this tree gonna be going? It's already at 5. Actually, technically more. That's the 5th one for the streak. Definitely gonna be breaking now, right? Right? No. Even if I did say that it has been going on for quite some time, it still doesn't want to break. Okay. Okay. And I need to switch in who is in front, unfortunately, since I've seen quite a few Farfetch today. That's like almost 100 today. Compared to that, I didn't do that much today. That's like not too bad at all. Let's switch you. Oh, there we go. Did indeed stop there. I mean, I guess I could be checking these two out. And afterwards, I definitely need to be checking for another Farfetch'd indeed. About him. I still have the chance to getting a Pandora one, and then I have one more chance to look for the Farfetch'd. I didn't want to run into you. Well, now I don't have the one more chance. Definitely. That's annoying though. You literally spawned where I was going. There would be a little bit more space that I could be having without a Pokemon spawning in. Starfall. It's in. Okay, I want like to check out the first Swirlix first. Also, appreciate if I would be like going as long as I would be getting an encounter in there and not stop it in the middle. Would definitely be smart. Now, of course, trying not to get into the battle with you. Okay. Last of the checks of the day, then. Let's go. Oh. Seems to be that we did start with like kind of what we started with, which is nice. 3.5 hours, not too bad. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around. Tomorrow I might be streaming. I don't know, as I said, I might be taking a day off on the weekend if I feel like it. Yep. Have a great rest of the day. Remember to take care of yourselves. Remember to do everything you need to do today, and remember to get enough rest as well. I'll see you guys when I see you guys next, maybe tomorrow, maybe on Sunday. But until then, bye!